Hey everyone, and welcome to downtown San Diego, where I have a special video coming up for you guys, showing you how to get to the airport for as little as $2.50 using public transportation. So stay tuned to see how you can take advantage. We're starting here at the Courthouse Station, and you can start today's route to the airport from any of the downtown stations located on the northern section of the blue and orange lines. This includes America Plaza, Courthouse, Santa Fe Depot, Civic Center, Fifth Avenue, and City College stations. And to reach the airport at this time, you have to use a bus, which is Route 992, which heads to the airport. It runs pretty good service with about every 15-minute service daily, with travel times only being about 15 minutes due to the close proximity that downtown is to the airport. So that's what we're going to do today, and let's go check it out. To start, buses board on Broadway in downtown San Diego, and this is no exception for Route 992. Here's another look at those stations that you can access the bus from. The bus is going to be in that pink solid line just below the trolley lines. So if you are exiting the trolley, you do have to walk one block down. However, it's not that far of a walk at all, as we're now approaching the Broadway street. Now, this area is where you can ride buses like all three of the MTS Rapid buses, which are 215, 225, and 235. Those run to SDSU, Otay Mesa, and Escondido. You're able to board these at different stops, so make sure to pay attention to which bus routes are at your stop. But in today's episode, we're looking for Route 992, which we can confirm right here that it stops at this stop, which is at Broadway and Union. Now, if you're heading to the airport from points north of San Diego, such as Oceanside, Fashion Valley, or any of those other neighborhoods north of San Diego, you're able to transfer at the Old Town Transit Center to transfer onto a free shuttle bus that runs to the airport. This may be a better option for you if you're not directly in San Diego like I am currently. However, in today's video, we're starting right here in downtown, so this Route 992 bus is going to be our best option to head to the airport today. Now, these MTS bus stops had a lot to be desired today. Unfortunately, they weren't too clean, and those TV screens were not working, so we could not figure out when the next bus to the airport would be, unless you used a service such as the Transit app or Apple Maps, both of which I highly recommend to see the next travel departure times if you're heading anywhere on public transit. However, across the street, we can see one of those MTS Rapid buses go by, and if you want to know more about these services or these MTS Rapid buses, feel free to let me know in the comments down below to see if you want a video on it. Now, we can see two buses approaching, and this is where it's important to make sure you check the head sign of each of the buses to make sure that you're boarding the right one. For example, here we can see that this bus is the wrong bus number and it does not say the airport. So we're going to go ahead and let this bus go and wait for the next one, which we'll look at the head sign in just a second. And here comes our bus. As it nears, you'll be able to see that it's the correct route on 992 and says it's heading to the airport. So we're going to go ahead and hop on board. Now, whenever you board your bus, it's important to make sure that you already have a Pronto card. If you don't have one, you're able to buy one at any of the trolley stations. You'll want to tap it on board to make sure that you pay your $2.50, and then you'll be on board. Now, you'll notice that this bus is specially designed for the airport route. In place of where seats would normally be, there are some extra luggage storage areas, which is great if you have luggage on the bus. And from here, it's about a 15-minute ride to San Diego International Airport. And let me tell you, it's a very scenic route as it travels just along the San Diego Bay. I'll show you some clips as we go along in the video as well. But I'm going to tell you about the San Diego terminals now, since there are two terminals. And it's important to know which one you're getting off at, so that way you can signal to the bus driver. So whenever you're riding a public transit bus, in order to get the driver to stop at your destination, it's important that you pull the yellow cord that you can see in the screen in the center. This signals to the driver that your stop is coming up next and you're ready to get off. Otherwise, the bus driver may skip your stop if nobody is getting on. So it's important to make sure you don't forget that step in the process. If you're looking to head to the airport from some of the tourist attractions around the area, such as the USS Midway, which I highly recommend, you'll also be able to board the bus at any of the local bus stops. On average, it stops about every 2 blocks in the downtown area before heading directly to the airport. Here you can also see the San Diego Maritime Museum, which consists of the oldest sailing ship called the Star of India. As we continue along to the airport, you'll be treated to even more ocean views, and in the distance you may even see the San Diego North Island Air Force Base. San Diego has roots in the United States Air Force, Army, and Navy. So you'll be able to see lots of ships and bases. You may even see some Air Force airplanes taking off, or you may see some ships in motion if you're lucky. And now we're arriving at the airport area, and as you can see, they're currently undergoing one of their biggest renovations yet. They're going to be improving lots of things, including completely rebuilding the first terminal. Now, as you see the airport approach, and if you're exiting at Terminal 1, which is the first stop, you're going to want to pull that yellow cord like I just did there. This will signal that the Terminal 1 stop is your next stop and you're ready to exit. And each of the terminal stops conveniently drop you off in front of the terminal itself. So it's a very short walk into the terminal check-in area, as you'll see in just a second as well. However, traffic can back up sometimes, so make sure that you add in some extra time whenever you're riding the bus to the airport. However, today was a really nice on-time arrival, only about 15 minutes to reach Terminal 1. So let's go ahead and exit the bus. It looks like a lot of other passengers are also riding the bus, which is awesome to see. And MTS has considered building an airport line on the trolley to head towards the airport, and I really hope this plan comes to fruition, so that way more people can take advantage of a convenient link to the San Diego International Airport. And as I just said earlier, it's a really fast walk into the terminal. As you can see, just like that, we're already in, and there's some great signage, and there's some shops here on the outside of the check-in area. So overall, this is a really convenient link to the airport, and it's a great way to connect trolley service to the airport. For example, you could ride the blue, orange, or green lines, and you can reach the airport from downtown, which makes it great to use transit to reach the airport, especially with the high parking prices and the traffic surrounding the area. And for only $2.50, that's got to be a really good deal. And you get to enjoy some really nice scenery along the way. And speaking of scenery, one of my favorite parts of the San Diego airport is the view of the tarmac from the non-secure zone. So you don't even have to go through security or have a flight to have this view. You can just walk into the airport and take a look outside at all the planes, which is really cool. And now I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more tutorials on how to get from the airport to downtown using public transit in more cities, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Also, make sure you like and subscribe for more content just like this if you've enjoyed the video. And with that, I want to thank you for watching, and have an awesome rest of your day or night.